Welcome to Framptons of Bridport. I'm here with Phil. Hello.
Hiya, James.
And we are talking steak today.
We are.
Fantastic. Right, now we have got 4 different cuts here. So what are we looking at first of all?
We're looking at the rump steak to start with. It's nicely hung for 28 days. So the idea is what we're going to do is we're going to prep a steak out of each, and then me and you are going to try it.
Fantastic. Now this is a very dark coloured meat, isn't it? Really, probably darker than you might expect to see.
Exactly, but the idea is it rather than mature beef in a bag, it should be matured in the air of the fridge. So this is obviously loses its colour where it goes dark, but it adds far more flavour.
Super. And what other cuts do we have here on the table?
We've got the sirloin steak, a ribeye steak, and of course the beef fillet.
Super. Okay, shall we stake these up?
I think we ought to, yeah.
Different cuts kind of lend themselves to different cooking methods?
Exactly. Well, your fillet's your most tender, but it really has the least flavour, so you really need to turn around and spice it up a bit with a sauce or you know, lots of salt and pepper. Doesn't need a lot of cooking, because if you dry it out, it's just nothing really, but it's the most expensive. Ribeye has fantastic flavour, fat in amongst the eye of the meat, can take the heat of a barbecue really well. Rump the same, can turn around, it's a chewier meat, but the flavour's really there. And obviously with sirloin, that's the one that most people would go for.
So Phil, how are we preparing these steaks before they go in the oven?
Well, we're going to put on some seasoning, just basic salt and pepper, but this isn't basic salt, this is Dorset sea salt from Portland, and this one is infused with garlic. We'd like to...
That's nice.
So just turn around and there's lots of different varieties of this salt, but this is particularly nice if you like garlic, because you can actually do this in the morning, sit it in the fridge and let it, you know, just infuse into the meat over the course of the day when you barbecue at night, you know, and lots of pepper, which is beautiful. And if you are barbecuing, we're going to cook this in our oven here today, but if you're barbecuing, I can recommend more highly Ben Short from Egerton Hill, local charcoal that he produces. Sells really, really well, and what a fantastic product. There we go, so there's the rump, ribeye, fillet, and the sirloin. So this is what it's about now, is the Ruston with ribeye, sirloin.
So the steaks are out of the oven, Phil. I've got to say that my mouth's watering. These look absolutely delicious.
They're all cooked sort of like rare to medium. They've had a rest for 5 minutes, and we'll just start by slicing a small piece of the fillet.
Lovely, because resting meat is really important after you cook it, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, because you tighten the muscle up with obviously the heat from the oven, and so the thing is you've got to let that meat relax so that it turns around and comes back out as it is.
Super. Okay, so the fillet. Let's have a go at this. Excuse fingers.
No, you carry on.
That is so tender and so soft.
But the idea of the fillet is of that. So the next one you would want to really have a go at for flavour, more flavour, is the sirloin. So again, just take off some nice cooked just through to the red in the middle. Try that.
Super.
More flavour with that one, James.
Lovely. And there's that absolutely lovely hint of the garlic salt we put on.
Oh yeah, beautiful. And that's the way that if you've done that in the morning, rather than what we've just done is like put it on and for 20 minutes, that would go absorb straight into the meat.
Super. Okay, what are we on to next?
We'll move on to the ribeye. which is obviously you've got the fat in amongst it, which is, if you like fat, nothing else like it.
Super. Luckily I do.
Good. And a different flavour again?
Just delicious. And again, really, really soft and tender.
The answer is like we were saying, you can cook too long. It's nice to cook on a high flame in the oven or on the barbecue, seal it, and the resting is what keeps it soft. That's what it is, the resting. It's as important as the cooking.
Lovely. All right, and we've got one more.
We'll go for the rump now. So just take this off, turn the platter around a minute. Again, cooked just medium to rare. Have a go at that, James.
Lovely. Now, while I'm tasting this, just tell us where you actually source your meat from.
All comes from local farms around the area, but we have a Kesbury's in Glastonbury. They have a group of farmers that supply them with the beef, and they select it for us, and then we generally buy about a month in advance from them.
So, Phil, thank you very much indeed. These steaks absolutely delicious. Now, we have got a competition for you to win one of two 30-pound packs of rump steak. And now you know how to cook them absolutely beautifully, thanks to Phil here. Just enter the competition below on this page.